Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a Sephora try-on haul. I waited very patiently for the past couple of weeks and I finally got the rest of my orders, so I'm going to be trying as much of it as I can today. I really wasn't planning on purchasing this much makeup and just beauty products in general, at least not all at once. But not only did I get the 20% off discount, but I also had some Sephora Rouge rewards and I had a gift card, so it was just the perfect time to get all this stuff. But before we get into it, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you do enjoy it, and let's get into it. I did get a couple of things that aren't makeup related, so I'm going to quickly share those. I needed a new heat protectant, so I got the Oribe Gold Lust Dry Heat Protection Spray. I have used it a couple of times now and I absolutely love it. The entire Gold Lust line from Oribe is so luxurious and it is worth it in my opinion. It is such a lightweight heat protectant and it doesn't make my hair too greasy. I do like this one a lot more than the Amika heat protectant slash anti-humidity spray. I still like that one, but it's just a little bit greasier and not quite as lightweight as this one. So I'm really glad that I got this one. It is worth every penny in my opinion. I also needed some brush cleaner. So I got my favorite Cinema Secrets makeup brush cleaner. And this one is the 8 fluid ounce bottle, but it also comes with a tin. I probably should have gotten a bigger size of this because look at how much I've already used in the past couple of weeks. And then here is the tin that it came with, which has been super handy. So I like to pour the brush cleaner into this and then I dip the brush into it and wipe it on either a paper towel or a makeup removing cloth. And then I also needed to restock the Laneige lip sleeping mask, and I got this one in their Eggnog Latte scent, which is one of their holiday scents. This smells so good. I already smelled it yesterday and I don't know exactly what an eggnog latte smells like because I'm not a fan of eggnog, but this to me smells like a chai latte, which I am a fan of. Yeah, it smells like a chai latte to me. And actually I am gonna apply some before I start doing my makeup. I have missed this lip sleeping mask. I didn't have it for a couple of months because I did run out of the mini hot cocoa one that I had. I held off because of the Sephora savings event. As you may have already seen, I did get the Icy Nude palette from Huda Beauty. I did do a video with this and I've been loving it. I have used it quite a few times now. Super pretty packaging. This is probably my favorite Huda Beauty packaging that she's done. I've been doing a ton of different looks with it and it's just such a beautiful formula. Now I will say the only shade that I don't like, and there's usually at least 1 or 2 shades that I don't like in these Huda Beauty larger palettes. This one called Bling. This is a really strange glitter that doesn't really have a base to it. It's just kind of like a chunky silver glitter. So I haven't liked that one, but besides that, I really like this color story. I love Huda Beauty's formula and it's just such a beautiful palette. So I've really been enjoying this one. And then I also got this one, the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette. I had been wanting this since it first released and I held off until the Sephora savings event, so I'm going to be trying it on today. This packaging is gorgeous. It does remind me a little bit of the I Need a Nude palette. I feel like they have a similar style. I did already swatch some of these shades yesterday because I couldn't wait, but I haven't actually tried it on my lids yet. But this is a warm color story, which I know I don't need any more warm eyeshadow palettes, but I just really wanted to treat myself. I prepped my lids with the Rare Beauty eyeshadow primer. Let's dip into a matte shade for the crease. I'm gonna take the shade Mellow, which does look like it might be a little bit too light for me, but I still want to try it. Okay, it does seem to be showing up on me. It's like a light warm peach. So I'm just gonna build that one up. Yeah, this is a really light matte peach shade, but I do like that it builds up. Next, I'm gonna go in with the shade Ripe. I'm gonna clean off my brush on a color switch first, and then dipping into that shade and applying it right over top. And that one shows up a lot better than the first one. I just love the way that Natasha Denona mattes blend. They're so smooth and pigmented. Next I'm going in with the shade Fervor, and this one I'm applying on the outer corner. And then once I've packed it onto the outer corner, I'm going to drag it into the crease. And then taking my fluffy blending brush and dipping back into the shade Mellow, I'm going to use that to buff out the crease. I want to apply one of the deeper browns in the palette, which you do get 3 of them. So I actually want to try this shade called Flashover. And I think this one is a cream to powder, which I think has been like a new and improved formula. I'm not 100% sure about that. I do need to read up on all the formulas within this palette. So let's go ahead and try this one. And I'm going to press that onto the outer corner. Some of the cream to powder shadows in some of her other palettes can be a little bit tricky to work with, especially the deeper ones. And they're not always super pigmented, so sometimes you do really have to build them up. But this one is actually very pigmented right off the bat, and it does pick up really easily on my brush. Yeah, that shade is gorgeous. I know it's just a deeper brown shade, but the formula is really nice. I cleaned off my fluffy blending brush and now I'm just buffing around the edges and then tapping back over that deep brown shade. There are so many pretty shimmers in here, but I kind of want to play with the trio chrome in the palette. So you know what, let's just go for it. I'm going to press that onto my lids with my finger. Okay, it doesn't look quite as like green gold as it does in the pan. It looks more like a copper. Yeah, I'm not seeing a ton of the gold or green shift. A little bit underwhelming actually, but it's not like a bad shade. I just was expecting something different. Maybe if I build it up a little more. I don't know what I was expecting from this shade, but the trio chrome effect is very subtle. I kind of like the way it looks in the pan more. In the pan, it looks like a green gold that shifts to copper. It does look pretty cool, but just not as trio chromey as it looks in the pan. So I do like the shade, but it's just a little different than what I was expecting. I do wish it had more of a shift to it. It's just a little underwhelming, but I am gonna do some liner. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna buff out the crease. Okay, now I'm gonna dip into the deepest shade in the palette called Pep, and I'm gonna press that onto my upper lash line. I did get a little bit of fallout from that shade, so I'm gonna clean it up with some makeup remover, and I'm also gonna clean up the edges. I went ahead and applied my primer, foundation, and concealer off camera because I didn't get any new ones during the sale. But for primer, I used the Huda Beauty Easy Blur Primer. For foundation, the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation in the shade Punjab. And then for concealer, the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Self-Setting Concealer. So I have been wanting to try this product for a while, but I've heard some mixed things about it, so I finally decided to just go ahead and get it. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. I'm a huge fan of the liquid bronzer, so I want to see how this one compares. Maybe I'll do a side-by-side in a different video, but for today I just wanted to use this one. So here is the Skin Enhancer. The negative things that I've heard about this is that it doesn't fully dry down, which does concern me. I really hope that it semi-dries down. I don't want it to be sticky. Okay, swatching it, it does feel like a balm, and it doesn't seem to be very pigmented, so I really hope that I like this. So I'm gonna apply that with my e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush. I don't mind a sheer formula when it comes to cream bronzers. I just want them to be somewhat buildable. Like, I don't want it to look like I'm not wearing anything. I want at least a little bit of color. Okay, on my second pass, it does seem to be building up. That looks so pretty and natural. I already like the way that it looks. Honestly, I had even considered returning this before I opened it because I started looking into different reviews, and some of the biggest complaints is that it's sticky and sheer, but I decided to just give it a try for myself. Yeah, that looks very natural, but it does seem to be building up nicely. I thought it was going to be even sheerer than what it actually is. This seems like the kind of product that is perfect for quick and natural everyday makeup looks. So I'm really looking forward to trying it with a look like that. But right now, even though I'm wearing a full face of makeup, it is showing up really well. And I do really like the finish. It does look very glowy, that's for sure. And as far as it being sticky, I do feel it on my face, and okay, some of it did rub off. So I really hope that this dries down eventually. And I'm gonna apply some to the sides of my nose. And this is a really good shade for me. I'm glad that I got light medium. I was considering getting the shade medium because people were saying that this is super sheer, but I think light medium works for me. So this one I am so excited to try, but I don't think I'm going to try it in today's video. This is the Patrick Ta and Barbie collab, and this one comes with one of his cream and powder blush duos and a lip gloss. The blush duo is in the shade She's a Doll, and the lip gloss is Malibu Barbie. I love this pink packaging. Okay, that is super, super bright, but I'm excited to try these. They're very outside of my comfort zone, but it's Barbie, so I'll give it a try. Why not? And then here is the lip gloss in the shade Malibu Dreamhouse. That smells really, really good. It has a hint of like bubblegum, but also like warm and sweet. So I really like that scent. So here's a lip gloss swatch next to the blushes. And you know what? Before I put this away, I do want to try out the lip gloss. I can't get over how good that smells. And I really like this pointed doe foot applicator. Okay, I spoke too fast. When I press my lips together and when I speak, I do see some stringiness. That is unfortunate. I love this shade. It does give a warming sensation, so it does feel like a plumping lip gloss, but I don't like the stringiness. It looks really weird. I'm gonna try applying a little bit less product next time. Maybe that'll help out. But I only dipped back into the tube once when I was applying it, so I didn't think I applied that much, but I guess it's just one of those formulas. So I'm gonna have to keep experimenting with that, but so far, I don't like that lip gloss. So I did get a liquid blush as well. This is the Huda Beauty blush filter from the Icy Nude collection, and I got this in the shade Latte. I've never tried this formula, but I've heard really good things about it. And this one in the shade Latte is supposed to be like a bronzer. It does have a fragrance. It smells a little fruity, but I've heard really good things about this liquid blush formula. I do want to try some of her other shades if I end up liking this one. It does look like it could be a bronzer, maybe depending on your skin tone. So let's go ahead and apply that. And actually, before I forget, I did purchase the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Blush Brush. I've really been wanting to try this blush brush. I've heard that this one is really good for applying the Rare Beauty liquid blushes, so I'm definitely gonna have to try it with that. But I do like this shape, and it does feel super, super soft. I really like dual fiber brushes like this. So I'm gonna apply the blush filter with that brush. I don't know how pigmented these are, so I'm gonna start with that much. That shade is super pretty, and I love the way that this brush is blending it out. I really like that so far. Let's go ahead and apply the other side. I really like the undertone of that blush. It's like a soft terracotta with a hint of brown. I can definitely see myself wearing this without bronzer because it does have that bronzy undertone while still being a warm blush. So super pretty. I'm very happy with that. So I didn't pick up a new setting powder, but I did get a powder puff. This is the Sephora Collection Powder Puff, which was already only $8 before the discount. And Sephora Collection was 30% off, so I took advantage of purchasing this during the sale. I am not one to use powder puffs, but I really want to get into using these, so I figured it was a perfect time to try one. It does feel super, super soft, and I like that it's very pointed, so this is going to be perfect for setting my under eyes. So let's go ahead and apply the Makeup by Mario Soft Blur Setting Powder. Dipping into the powder, and then to remove the excess, I'm just dipping the puff into the cap. I'm gonna press that on my under eyes. I love the way that that looks. It does look a little more blurring than when I just use a brush. I guess because it does apply more powder at a time, but it looks really nice and smooth. So same thing over here. And I'm gonna start setting the rest of my face. The Makeup by Mario Skin Enhancer, by the way, does feel a little sticky still, so I'm not loving that. I honestly don't know how I feel about it. I love the color and I like that it's sheer. It looks very natural, but I don't like that sticky feeling, so I'll just have to keep trying it. But yeah, I don't like how it doesn't dry down. Okay, love this. I don't know why it's taken me so long to start using a powder puff to set my face, but I'm definitely going to be using this from now on. I did my brows off camera, but I'll leave the products that I used in the description box. So I'm going to finish up the lower lash line now. I'm going to mix Mellow and Ripe. And then I'm taking Fervor, and I'm going to press that onto the outer edge and bringing it in about halfway. And then cleaning off that brush, I'm going to further blend out the lower lash line. I'm also going to take Flashover, and I'm going to press that on the outer corner of the lash line and connecting it with the outer corner of the lid. I'm also going to take some of that Trio Chrome shade and apply that to the inner portion of the lower lash line. And for the inner corner, I'm going to take one of the lighter shimmers. So let's do the shade Fancy. And I'm also going to go in with the shade Elm over top of it. I just want to see what that looks like, because they do look similar, but this one leans more gold, I would say, whereas Fancy is more champagne. But those look very pretty combined. I have a couple of makeup repurchases, so I finally got the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This is one of my favorite setting sprays, and I didn't have it for the past couple of months, so I ended up getting this mini set, and for some reason on the Sephora website, they don't make it obvious that this comes with one of the newer scents. So it does come with one of the original ones, but then this one over here is in their white tea Bali scent, and for some reason it also doesn't say it on the front of the box. I ended up finding out because of a TikTok that I watched. So it does come with the original one, and I do like the fragrance in this. And then this one is in white tea of Bali. So I'm gonna try this one because I want to see what it smells like. Okay, I can't really tell how different that smells to the original, but it does remind me a lot of the scent in the e.l.f. setting spray. I'm gonna have to compare those later on, and I'm gonna go ahead and spray the original one so that I can see if there's any difference. Okay, it does smell a little different. I can't really describe the differences, but the original one smells maybe a little bit more floral, whereas the white tea of Bali has a hint of freshness to it. Yeah, I don't know the exact differences. But I did also notice on the back of the box that the ingredients are a little bit different between the original and the Bali one. So I guess I'll see how it sets my makeup, but I don't think it's gonna be like dramatically different. Yeah, that smells really good. I know the ingredients are different, but hopefully there's no difference in the performance because I really like the original setting spray. I'm gonna apply mascara now, and I did repurchase, I can't find it, the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes mascara, which is one of my all-time favorite mascaras. And this one I haven't used in a few months. And this one, just like with a lot of other mascaras, does get better over time. So even though it is quite wet when you first open it. It does dry out a little bit and it applies even better, but I do like this one even when I first open it. So it's just such a good mascara. I love how dramatic it makes my lashes look. I had truly missed this mascara, so I'm so happy that I purchased it finally. I have a few lip products left to try. I got another shade of the Freck Beauty Makeout Club Nude Muse Lip Liner, and this one is in the shade 3. I have the shade 4 already, and I love the formula, so I really wanted to pick up another shade. This is a really pretty neutral nude shade. And then I also got the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil Magic Mini Set, and this one comes with 5 minis. I've been wanting to try a few more shades in this formula. I only have Anywhere Caffeine, which is one of my favorites, but this one has 5 different minis: Whatever Black, All Around White, Anywhere Caffeine, which again I already have, Wherever Walnut, and Limitless Brown. I feel like this is a really nice set of minis. It has plenty of variety in here, but I think for today I want to use the shade Limitless Brown. Yeah, that is a very deep brown lip liner. And what's really cool about this formula is that not only is it a lip liner, but it's also an eyeliner. So it is multi-purpose. I'm not really used to wearing such a deep brown lip liner shade anymore, but I do think it looks pretty. And I just love the Makeup Forever lip liner formula. I also got the Haus Labs PhD Hybrid Lip Glaze Duo. This one comes with a full size and a mini. So the full sized one is limited edition. This is in the shade Honey Shimmer. So this one looks like a peachy nude shimmer. And that is super pretty. I really like that. I feel like this might be the one that I apply today. And then this mini one is in the shade Persimmon, which is an already existing shade. This is a very sheer red, and this one doesn't have any shimmer. I think these would be really pretty layered together, but I'm gonna use Honey Shimmer for today's look. I'm going to top that out with my finger just to blend out any harsh edges. Alright you guys, so that is everything that I purchased during the Sephora savings event. I'm pretty happy with most of my purchases, but I will say I am very disappointed in that Patrick Ta lip gloss. I know today was my first time trying this, but I don't like how stringy this is, so I'm going to keep trying it. Maybe if I apply a little bit less, it won't look as stringy, but I'm just not happy with this formula, and it is very sheer. I do wish it had a little bit more pigment. I'm also kind of on the fence with the Makeup by Mario Softsculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. This one, even though I like how natural it looks, and I don't mind that it's a sheer product, I just wish that it would dry down completely because it is a little bit sticky. Even though I did set my face, it doesn't feel tacky anymore, but I also don't love that balmy, slick feeling. I'm gonna have to keep trying this. I don't know how I feel about it, but everything else I'm really happy with. Let me know if you guys purchased anything during the sale. I would love to know, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.